And welcome back, y'all. I know this may feel a little random as to when we're showing up and when we're doing these shows, but you know what? It's our show, okay? And we do what the hell we want to do, all right? And let me tell you something. I'm freaking pumped tonight, okay? Because listen, training camp right around the corner, okay? For the Jaguars starts in 2 weeks. And you know, it feels like it happens so fast because for the Jaguars, I swear, every year I'm like always like, when are they going to let us get the training camp tickets? When are they going to let us get the training camp? And then all of a sudden, dude, it'll be like 2 days beforehand and they'll be like, hey, training camp tickets go out tomorrow. And got my tickets locked in for training camp this year. Hard Knocks offseason edition kicked off for the first time this year. And we even have the Netflix series Receiver that just dropped. Today, actually. Peyton Manning's sequel to the quarterback show that he put out. But I would say I wish you were coming to training camp with me tonight, but you didn't come with me last year, right? So I'm going probably by myself again this year, and I don't care. I have a good time. I like watching the boys toss the ball around, all right? And because this is our show, okay, and obviously I make up the topics. I'll put in whatever you want, but we're always going to lead off with the Jaguars, and we got some big Jaguars news coming down the pipe. Okay, the Jaguars stadium deal is done. Okay,
Can we pause for a second?
Yeah.
I want to know if there's anyone watching right now. First off,
No.
Okay, well, if there was, if you guys do, if anyone ever comments on this, would you guys go to a training camp of a team you didn't give one single crap about, wasn't in your conference? Would anybody actually I don't care how good of friends you are, would anybody actually entertain going to a training camp of a team you just don't care about? Like, to be
I'll
honest,
answer for you, and yes, I would.
No, you
I
would
would.
no, you would not.
Yes, I would. I really would. If
No.
I lived in like Miami or something, I'd probably go to the Dolphins training camp.
Sure.
I
yeah.
like training camp. It's fun. And especially now that and you don't even understand, like, because I've been to training camps in the past, and normally I probably would have answered no to that question. But see, what matters is the setup, because I've gone to training camp multiple years with Pedro, and I'll tell you what, me and him have had a miserable time out there almost every single time. But the reason is because we live in fucking Florida and it is hot as shit. And they used to do the training camp practices later in the day. You used to show up at like 9:30. Now they start, I think, at like 8:45. But now we got the nice cover. Okay, we got the nice bleacher seats. And they got even the Mister fans coming straight at you. So when I tell you, it is a paradise to watch practice out there, okay? I've seen a thrown together like stands for the fans and like sun right in your face. No, this ain't that. This is luxury, my friend, and it is free. On top of that, it's free. So yes, I would actually.
Free. Well, hold on. What do you mean it's free?
Like, it doesn't cost any money. You can just go in.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You have to get a ticket because like they can only have so much capacity, but the ticket's free. You just have to, it's like first come, first serve.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty cool. They let the season ticket holders go first, and then like I think after like 3 or 4 hours, that's when they let the general public.
Yeah, see, like I would be pumped to watch my team. I get it. I get why you're excited. I'm not trying to downplay your excitement. Like, I understand it's cool to watch your team like get ready for the season, but like it's like that's what I mean. It's cool to watch your team get ready for the season. Like, when you asked me, do you want to go to Jaguars training?
Dude, I'm just pumped, man, because I can't wait. All right, because listen, there's always some training camp news. Last year was Tank Bigsby. He was going to be the next special one, and there was also a tight end. I forgot who it was, but it wasn't Strange and it wasn't Ingram. It was like some other tight end that we ended up cutting that was always getting hype like every preseason. I think we offered him a practice squad spot, but he picked Kansas City instead, so he ended up leaving. But I'm ready. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for that training camp hype. And I'll tell you this, Kenai, football is bigger than ever in Jacksonville right now, okay? Because the stadium deal is done. And let me tell you how significant this is, because I feel like some people just don't understand why this is such a fucking huge deal. It's not just that we're getting awesome upgrades to the stadium that were well overdue. Okay, first of all, you've been to the stadium? Let me first start with the first and most obvious thing that is stupid about our stadium. You remember we got the cheap seats because, we're cheap asses, and we were in the 400s. And do you remember like how you have to walk this way and walk this way and walk this way to go straight up. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, that is so stupid. That is so outdated. There's better technology that should get me from there to there with like half the steps. Like, dude, going up that shit, okay? All right, I know I'm a little out of shape, but like, damn, bro, it is a workout. Like, dude, it is steep. Like, you're walking so much. And they have that, granted, they have the escalators, which is like a little add-on that they did so you didn't have to do that. But I mean, like, I'm a walker. Like, I want to walk it, but also, like, can we be reasonable here? I mean, you're making me walk half a mile to go like 0.2 of a mile. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And on top, okay, and also we get the shade, which is the biggest deal of everything. Yeah. But listen, I'm getting off track. The biggest reason, like, those things are very nice, but that's not the reason that this is such a big fucking deal. This is a big deal because this locks the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville for over 30 years. It's an extension to the current deal, so it's like 32 years. So I'll be 65 before there's even an opportunity for this team to leave Jacksonville, which at that point, we're going to be a football town. Okay, let me tell you, we're going to be a football town by then, and there's no way that we are ever losing the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I'm just in love with this because, first of all, okay, I got to give my fuck yous out, okay, because we've got quite a few haters just about the Jacksonville market. Let me start with Randy Moss. Okay, Randy Moss just hates Jacksonville. I don't know why, but Randy Moss literally hates Jacksonville. So fuck you, okay? And then Jason La Caforna, okay? CBS reporter. Jaguars fans I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but Jaguars fans know exactly what I'm talking about. We've been talking about this guy for the last 10 years because all this guy has done is run his mouth about how the Jaguars are leaving Jacksonville. The Shad Khan, they're playing one game in London. That's the start, bro. They're going to play 2 and 3. And next thing you know, Jacksonville's not going to have a team. They're going to be playing in London all year. Remember, Jason? You remember that? Okay. And then also the third guy, Mike Florio. Okay. This guy is another. It's just certified hater. Been saying since like the beginning of me knowing who Mike Florio is, Pro Football Talk, that the Jaguars are going to leave Jacksonville. Jacksonville is not worthy of this team, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now let's fast forward to after this stadium deal is signed, inked, and done, which, by the way, 14-1 votes, okay? You guys keep talking about how, and Florio kept saying that we weren't going to get it done. I remember that too. Florio was like, the city of Jacksonville, they're not going to approve that. They are not going to pay for half of this stadium, blah, 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 blah. 14-1. What political argument ever ends in a 14-1 vote? Like, that never happens, man. It was a landslide. It was a done deal. Why are we even talking about it? Package it up, sign it, send it off. It's our team in Jacksonville, okay? So fuck y'all, because the first thing y'all do after this goes down, minus Jason, because Jason actually isn't even a sports reporter for CBS anymore. He's moved on to like regular world stuff. And I assume that's because you suck ass at your job and you have no idea what you're talking about when you start putting out reports that you have sources that the Jaguars are leaving London. Okay. You don't know what you're talking about. And this is proof right here. Like, we are locked in for 30 more years in Jacksonville. It just makes no sense what you guys are talking about. But then you go ahead. Okay. You guys go ahead and you start making new reports. No, hold on. Then you start making new reports. Well, London was really never a viable option. It's too far. It was too far from the beginning. Never thinking about it. Oh, really? Really, Mike Florio? Because it's funny how you just completely change your tune after the deal gets done. I find that very interesting. Go ahead.
The best revenge, man, living well. Just forget about it, man. It'll be all right.
All I know is when we win that Super Bowl, it is just going to be that much fucking sweeter. The fact that everybody didn't even think we would be here, oh my God. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
You got to put "we're here," and then like put a big sign when you go to a game. We're here, and like to Mike Florio.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. I'm sure that there will be signs like that. But honestly, and the best thing about all this, even beyond the fact that the Jaguars are here to stay, okay? The weather's going to be better in the stadium. And the Jaguars got a great deal on this stadium. people like there were some voices out in Jacksonville that were, and obviously we're 14-1. There was one guy that voted against it. Okay. Talking about, oh, we shouldn't be using the city money for Khan and the stadium and the team. And it seems like he should be putting up more money. First of all, most of these NFL deals that have gotten done, the city has paid for like all of it. Okay. Second of all, the Jaguars don't own that stadium. You might have an argument for that if you sold Shad Khan the stadium altogether. Like the LA Rams owner, he owns that thing outright. It's not LA's, it's his, which is weird because the Chargers play in there. So I assume that they have to pay rent to him, which is very interesting. But anyways, for Jacksonville, though, we own that stadium. All right. We have the Florida Georgia there. We have concerts there. It's not just the Jaguars. Like the city is getting revenue from this stadium as well. So to me, it's just ridiculous when you only have to pay half of a stadium that you own. The tenant is paying for the renovations and you want to complain about the deal. Like, come on, give me a break. Okay. And now the only thing left to do is for the owners to just sign off on this, which I just assume that they're going to sign off on it. And I assume that they wouldn't have brought this deal to the table unless they had talked to enough owners knowing that it was going to get approved. So feels good. And then one last guy that I got to say fuck you to before we can move on with the program. Okay. Mike Gay. All right. Jacksonville City Councilman. Let me tell you something, buddy. This is the one guy that said no to the deal. This is the one asshole. I watched it live, dude. That's how invested I am in this team. Like I watched the shit live. I heard what everybody had to say. And Mike Gay, I tell you what, buddy, your last name matches what I think of you. And I don't care if I get canceled for that statement because that's what you are, pal. You are a douche nugget. And I tell you what, when I find out that your seat for city council is up for election, I'm voting against you, buddy. I'm that wild card voter. I'm that guy that doesn't show up to the poll, but you've motivated me to exercise my American right, and we are going to get you out of town, okay? Because you're the one guy that's not down with this. You shouldn't be here. You need to go somewhere else. Let me tell you something. This guy had the nerve. Okay, they had obviously they have a celebration after he gets approved. They have a party. He didn't get invited to it, and he complains about the fact that he didn't get invited to the party. Buddy, why would we invite you to the party? You Dick Nugget. You don't have one friend on your side here. You're the lone wolf out there, okay? Get a freaking life. All right. Great deal. Great. And if honestly, if you don't believe that the Jaguars got a great deal, look at the Panthers renovation deal because theirs also just got approved and it ain't 50-50. Okay. And look at where the Carolina Panthers are as a franchise. Okay. And they're paying more of that stadium bill than Tepper is. So just think about that. Okay. Just think about that. All right. Now let's move on. Okay. Let's move on to another thing that I would love to talk about. All right. The Jaguars now have a new top pass rusher on the team, a new top dog at the edge rush position. And his name tonight is Joshua Hines Allen. My guy, Josh Allen, got the 17 sacks. He got the big contract, and he has transformed from Josh Allen to Joshua Hines Allen, okay? And listen, this is a family name. It has a lot of tradition. There's a lot of meaning. He's got two sisters in the WNBA. I believe he is either the youngest or the second youngest in his family. But I'll tell you one thing I know about Josh Allen. He hated being called the other Josh Allen because of Buffalo Bills quarterback. And I appreciate, I don't know Buddy's name, but guy on Rich Eisen's show said, hey, you know what? The Bills quarterback should have had to change his freaking name because this guy's better than him. This guy shows up when they face head-to-head. If you have any doubt, can I put on the Jaguars Buffalo Bills game?
I know.
When Josh Allen goes up against Josh Allen,
okay, it's one game.
Joshua Hines Allen gets to work. My man is a bucket and pail worker, and he does that shit, okay? But congratulations to Joshua Hines Allen for the new name change. And he's also my man is nice, okay? He knows that a lot of people just bought his jersey because he just inked the deal. So in September, he's doing a jersey exchange if you want the new Joshua Hines Allen jersey. So
that's pretty cool. I like that.
very nice of him.
It would be hilarious if Buffalo Josh Allen, then like even just for a day, it was like,
Just
I'm
change his name.
also Joshua Hines.
Dude, that honestly would be so funny. That
Dude,
would
just
be
to mess
the
with,
most
you know what I mean?
epic troll.
Yeah, like just to mess with. He could even call him ahead of time, like, "Yo, I'm just gonna play, like, just play along." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
only gonna do it for a little bit, but yeah, I'm Joshua Hines Allen.
yeah.
That'd be awesome. And you know, Allen, you know, Josh, like both of them would probably be down for it because I mean, they're both good guys.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But also, I also want to touch on one more thing about the disrespect that we get in Jacksonville. Okay, because I'm going to share my screen. All right, with this Twitter page here. Okay, and this guy Cody Benjamin from PFF put out this this top 20 edge rushers for 2024. No, I'm sorry, he's from CBS Sports. Top 20 edge rushers of 2024. My man left Josh Allen off of the top 20 altogether. Okay.
What?
Yes. This is a post from Duval Doom, one of big Jaguars fan on Twitter. He's got a big following, basically calling him out for this. And then, and it was multiple people that called him out. So you know what he did? Doesn't respond to any of the stuff, but
Want to go edit it?
then he goes and he edits the article and he adds Josh Allen in. My man literally forgot. He forgot we existed. That's what that tells you. Literally added him in after the fact.
That's awesome.
He put him right, and he put him in at 14, which I felt like, or 14 or maybe 13. So let me find. No, this is 15. I'm sorry. This is 15.
Okay, give me the 3 names ahead of him. You hear me?
Oh my God, why is this? Let me redo this.
Give me the 3 names ahead of
Can you hear
Josh
me?
Allen. Yeah, I can hear you now. It was glitchy for a second, but I said give me the 3 names ahead of Josh Allen. I'm curious who he ranked above him, like just the first 3 names.
I'm trying to just get back control of this. My computer is not doing good.
Cool. We got some computer fun going on.
Okay. I think I'm back. I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll take a look here. Okay. All right. Come on, computer. I guess I need to refresh these pages. I've held them on for a while here. Okay, let's do this again. Yeah, let's take a look at the 3 names ahead of him. But 14, I mean, I feel like that is way too high personally. But we'll take a look at the first 3. I know Brian Burns is one of them, which I would not put Brian Burns above Josh Allen personally. Will Anderson Jr. Like, come on, bro. It's his first year, okay? In Josh Allen's first year, he had like 12 sacks. Like, give me a break, dude. And then Aiden Hutchinson. I feel like all 3 of those guys, honestly, like I feel like to leave Josh Allen out of the top 10.
You could argue. Is he saying, like, is he trying to project? Is he just trying to guess for this year, basically? I mean, even so, like, that's still a bad – that's still, like, why would he put
you put Khalil Mack, who's 33 years old, ahead of him. Like, come on. Yeah, he's a good player, but he's not who he used to be, man. Just not who he used to be.
Y'all just getting them strays, bro.
Yeah, I know. People hate us, man. And then it's funny because I just deleted it. Dang it, this computer. Okay. And then there was also some rankings that came out from basically it was a polled ranking from NFL executives, scouts, and coaches. And I compared it to the rankings that we did. And like ours were pretty on point with like what those guys thought. Like there wasn't, I looked at it like so far they've done running backs, which that was the largest disparity. Cause I think I had Jonathan Taylor and Breece Hall were way down on mine versus there. Like they had like Breece Hall at like 2, but all of them were pretty close in line. Nobody that I had in the top 10 wasn't at least some honorable mention on that poll. So I felt pretty good about that one. And Josh Allen was 8 on that one. He was also 8 on my ranking. So I thought that was Also pretty clutch. I was going to show it, but I got it deleted. So we'll just move on. Plus, I spent a lot of time ranting about the state of the city over here. So you're welcome, Jacksonville. I will always go to fight. But listen, we are technically still in the dead zone until training camp comes out. And the only news you get really is extensions or when bad things happen. And let me tell you, since we've been on here, we've had some bad things happen. Okay. Trouble in paradise, if you will. All right. So let's just go over the bad things a little bit here. All right. So Steelers cornerback Cam Sutton has been suspended for 8 games for violating the personal conduct policy. I don't think we ever even talked about this. He had an off the field incident. All right. Where him and his girlfriend got in a little bit of a fight. And he ended up, this is what it says in the article. He threw her off of a 3-story balcony. So, I would think that you would be, I would think you'd be doing a little more than 8 games suspension. I don't know what the details of that are because honestly, in a way, it doesn't make sense to me because I'm like, you threw somebody off a 3-story balcony. Like, wouldn't they be like paralyzed?
Yeah, or like severely like
they ain't getting up and just walking. Like, that's going to take a minute. So I feel like there's got to be a little bit more to it. Like, maybe if you saw it, like he threw off the 3-story balcony, but the 3rd-story balcony, but like she fell on the 2nd story or something. Like, that makes more sense to me. So I kind of read it out of context a little bit. And I tried to get more research, but I could only get so much. But that's what it says. Threw her off of there. So listen, beyond that 8-game suspension, my man needs therapy. Okay, you're throwing people off a 3-story balcony. That is a scary thing to do, man. I mean, you are really like toting the line with just ruining your entire life. So
it's just like full on murder, but
exactly. So
I hope that for murder. Come on.
Yeah, I hope that he gets the help he deserves. And then Isaiah Buggs of the Chiefs, all right, rotational defensive lineman. Actually has been arrested 2 times this offseason for domestic.
Dude, my man, having
2
fun.
separate times. First time, Chiefs looked like they were going to keep him. He was on the roster for a couple more months. Then the second instance happened, so they cut bait. I mean, eventually you keep whooping people's asses, you're going to get cut. I mean, that's just what it is. It's just what it is, okay? And then also, Jaguars fans will recognize this name. Adrian Wilson, the former Panthers VP of Player Personnel, was also a front office executive for the Cardinals. Used to be a player back in the day. When the Jaguars hired Doug Peterson and moved on with him and Trent Baalke, there was reports or rumors, not even really reports, just rumors that the Jaguars actually offered the job to Byron Leftwich. And Byron Leftwich basically stomped his foot and was like, yeah, but if I take this job, I want Adrian Wilson to be my GM. But this guy, okay, now also arrested and charged with 3 charges of domestic violence, ended up leaving the Panthers and stepping down before this report basically came out. But I will say, okay, as a Jaguars fan, I feel like we dodged a real bullet with the Adrian Wilson, Byron Leftwich combo there, as Byron doesn't have a job and Adrian Wilson also now jobless. So, hey, whatever. Dodged a bullet there. And then also Tashawn Gibson. My man is a free agent right now. Obviously, last year played with your 49ers, and he is facing a 6-game suspension for performance enhancers. He put out a statement that said basically it was an accident. Okay, he just accidentally shot himself up with a substance he wasn't supposed to have. Listen, it's all good, Sean. I get it. You're getting older. Okay, you need something to really push you there, get you going with the young guys. Okay, I ain't mad at you. All right, I'm really not. But I assume that he will probably sign somewhere after that 6-game suspension. I think he'll be somebody that just signs midway through the year. Also, another big no-no. Okay, the NFL, all right, is in a lawsuit right now about the Sunday ticket. And at first judge, they lost. it. They're appealing it, okay? But the judge said that the NFL needs to pay back $4.7 billion to commercial and residential subscribers. And let me tell you something, I basically read that this is gonna be in the courts for 2 years, but pretty upset right now, okay, about this whole situation because I have been a purchaser of the Sunday ticket, but I also purchased it through an old like school email address because they did like some discount. So I don't think I'm gonna be one of the people. Dude, you're gonna get like I read like people are gonna get like $1,000 like if you bought this. And I did buy this, but I don't think I'm gonna get the $1,000. So I'm kind of bummed. And honestly, if any of the three people watching right now, if any of you work at the NFL and you could put a good word in for me to get my $1,000, I can tell you the email address I used to get the Sunday ticket. So if that's possible, just let me know because you do owe me some money. But we'll move on, okay? Some more trouble in paradise, all right? With America's team, the Cowboys, okay? First of all, we will start. Oh no, I don't. Dang it! I think I exited out on accident. Whatever. I'm just gonna talk about it then. So I had a quote. I had the quote. But Malik Hooker and Micah Parsons on the Cowboys defense got a little social media drama going on. Okay. I'm sure they probably squashed it by now, but Malik Hooker basically said, "Hey, listen. I wish Micah Parsons would be more focused on football and not doing his stupid podcast bullshit." And then Micah Parsons said, "Damn, bro, you gonna blast you like that on social media? First of all, I'm the best player on the team. So why don't you do something?" Which I tend to agree with, to be honest with you. It's kind of ridiculous to like knock your superstar player because he does other things as well. And like, especially when you're on the team and like you're a player, like you don't play video games or something? Like, why don't you just not do that? Since you're a football player, you could spend that time in the gym, right? Because he's making all the plays and you're not making the plays. So I don't know. Just my take on it. Also, other Cowboys drama between Cole Beasley, surprisingly. Okay, this is gonna. I honestly was like shocked when I saw this because I was just like, why? But we're gonna pull it up just for a quick look-sees. Okay, last trouble in paradise we got here. All right, there's a video of CeeDee Lamb doing a little workout. It says working on his explosiveness. He's got these running these exercises, and Cole Beasley comments says, "Man, do some heavy squats and some power cleans." And then, oh no, what the hell is going on today? Man, it was funny. It was funny. Just forget it. I had it set up so that I could just click back and it would go to the next part of it because they kind of had a little back and forth. But basically, like a fan was like, "Who are you to tell CeeDee Lamb how to work out?" And then he was like, "I could get 1,000 yards too if I got 180 targets." And then, yeah, and it was just like a little drama going back and forth. But we'll move on. It's really not that important.
Easily kind of freaking dog up to CeeDee Lamb. What do we
do? Right. Talking about I could get 1,000. My man, I don't even think Cole Beasley had ever had 1,000 yards. If he did, it was with Buffalo for 1 year when they didn't have anybody else at receiver. Because I know he got close one time. But yeah, no, ridiculous that Cole Beasley is critiquing the way that CeeDee Lamb is getting ready for football, like as if
we're talking about
anything like, close to him.
We're talking about like a Corolla versus like a Supra here or some crap like that. Like, you know
exactly.
What I mean?
You're talking about somebody who has the potential to make the Hall of Fame versus somebody who was lucky to have a 10-year career.
Right.
Like not even.
Like, I'm not going to bash Cole Beasley to death because, I mean, yeah, he played in the NFL, so obviously he's like a higher caliber player than basically.
And he was a slot receiver. Like, he was a number 3. But
yeah, like, he wasn't the most worthless guy in the world, but he ain't nothing that special.
Right.
Like, there's been plenty of you, and like dogs, CeeDee Lamb's he's an animal out there. So like, let's
even beyond the performance, like, because I get that like some people are more physically gifted than others, but like just look at like CeeDee Lamb, like body type wise, like workout wise, versus Cole Beasley, like body type wise, like it's not even close. Like CeeDee Lamb is in so much better shape than you. Like, what are we even talking about here? Come on, give me a break.
Like you should not make that guy mad. He'll probably do something about it if he sees you. Like,
it reminds me of like seeing that picture. Like, remember when Hunter Renfrow got 1,000 yards and they had a picture of Hunter Renfrow and DK Metcalf next to each other? Like, that's what it reminds me of. Obviously, it's not that extreme, but it's still like that's what it reminds me of. Like, just ridiculous. So I just thought it was worth mentioning, and it was funny. All right, one signing that happened. Okay, the Rams bring back John Johnson, the safety. I'm assuming he's back because the market wasn't anywhere because there's still good safeties on the market. So strange one there. Also, I just find this one funny, and I just wanted to mention it and bring it and ask you. Leonard Fournette is trying really hard to make a comeback. Okay, he got rid of his new agent, rehires his old agent. He basically makes an announcement that I am looking to sign with a team before training camp. If you remember last year, he signed with the Bills very late in the season, and like going into like training camp and stuff, like he basically said like, no, I'm waiting until close to the playoffs. He was acting like he was like basically like a JJ Watt or like somebody like that, you know, that's gonna like come in and like really put a team over the edge because they're a playoff team now. Ends up signing with the Bills on the practice squad. I think he might have got like 2 touches with them. This is a laughable thing to me, honestly. First of all, I feel like it's embarrassing that you went and rehired your old agent because obviously you were wrong. You thought your agent was screwing you over and he wasn't getting you enough. But as it turns out, you can't even get as much as that agent was willing to get you. So you're crawling back trying to get a job. And I just, in my opinion, like from seeing how Fournette is as a player, he just comes off as somebody that does not work very hard. And he's going into his older years, and he's a running back. So for me, that's a no-go. I'm not letting you on my roster. I'll take a flyer on undrafted free agent before I give you a spot.
Yeah, hell yeah. Young legs. Yeah, absolutely. Just take a shot at the hidden gem. But it'd be funny just like hear that phone call between him and that old agent. Because you know what I bet happened is just like, all right, I want double like what I got last time. You know what I mean? Like I'm taking 20% now.
And I want you to expect a bare minimum contract as well. He's probably like, and I want you to expect a bare minimum contract as well.
Man, hold on.
You're good. I can see you. Oh, now I can't.
Alarm. Back? Hello?
Yeah. No, I can see you. You're good.
Sorry, I had an alarm go off because my laundry's going. So.
No, I got you. No worries. But yeah, just had to mention the Fournette thing. Not even worth a flyer. Not even worth a flyer at this point. We'll move on. Okay, we got some more reports coming out here. Right? Devontae Adams. I believe he went on Up and Adams and talked about it. But basically says that Aaron Rodgers is still trying to recruit him to the Jets.
Of course.
And my only reaction to that would be, buddy, what are you waiting for? Okay, you gonna tell me you would rather stay with the Raiders than jump ship over there to the New York Jets? All right. Play with Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, your former quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, a revamped offensive line, a top 3 defense. But sure, you're not feeling it. That's the reason you're not a Jet. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I guess we're just playing stupid. No, the reason you're not a Jet is because the Raiders ain't giving your ass up for less than 2 first-round picks, and the Jets ain't giving up 2 first-round picks because you're 31, 32 years old. That's what's going on here. So quit lying about it. But I tell you what, I would keep a lookout on him ending up on that trade block if the Raiders start off the season very sucky, which is a strong possibility. So who knows? Never say never, right?
Right.
All right.
I think you're spot on with that, though.
It's just stupid. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
All right. We're almost done here. But we got to always talk about the quarterbacks. We can't go a whole episode without bringing up the quarterbacks, okay? And there are reports leaking out that the Miami Dolphins do not want to pay Tua that T-Law Jared Goff money. And I ask you tonight first, we'll start with you. Should they pay Tua the T-Law Jared Goff money?
Ooh. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I would. It's tough. I get it. I understand the risk. But, I would just put some, I would make it a 2-year, not like a 2-year altogether. I'm saying 2 years of strong commitment maybe. like financially, you know what I mean, and like give yourself some like options. I think it's only fair that like the Dolphins at least get a team friendly deal in this. I think Tua has to understand that too. It's like, dude, you're a huge risk, bro. Like that's how I would start the meeting. Is like, look, we could lose you forever after one play this season, and then you know what I mean. Then what are we looking at? Because I mean, of any guy that's been like kind of more brittle, like dude, the guy's been jacked up, man. I saw him like, man, when he went crazy on TV, like when he got hit in the head, man, like that was not cool. And like one more bad hit could do that to him, and like he can be done. Like if that happens again, Tua's gonna be. They're not gonna let him back in the NFL. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be like, no, we don't want him to die. So. We're kind of good. Yeah, I think that's really risky for the Dolphins. I think a team friendly, like 5-year deal is cool, but I don't like. I mean, what are you gonna do? Get him like $276 million just because Trevor got 275? You know what I mean? Like that's so risky, man. Like, I don't know. That's so much money for Tua. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. I really feel like as long as it was team friendly and my commitment wasn't too like. It better not be built like Trevor's because I feel like doesn't Trevor have like a decent spread of his? You know what I mean? Like if there's pretty much commitment there from you guys.
So the thing is, like Trevor Lawrence got his basically like in his contract a year earlier. So his is an extension. So we still have this 4th year, and then 5th year option, and then that new contract starts. But the first couple, like his cap hits at the end of it's like 76 million a year. So I think the idea is that they'll give him a new one before that comes.
I don't know. I guess you gotta look at where the whole team is at, and the Dolphins just lost a lot of talent. So I mean, unless you really believe that Tua is going to bring you over the top, I actually don't mind them like getting a pick for him and trying the draft in a year or two. Because I mean, he like, have you ever put Tua in the top 10? And do you really think a non-top 10?
I mean, he's played top 10 ball before.
Yes,
The issue is that they say that Mike McDaniel's system is like really easy and it's like one read type of plays for Tua a lot of the times. And when he has to get deep into his reads and when Tyreek Hill ends up out of the game, he struggles. So that's like that's basically what the Dolphins are saying is why he shouldn't get paid like that. But honestly, I think it's crazy to let somebody like Tua walk because, I mean, listen, he gets you to the playoffs, okay, and he's young. I mean, it's not like this guy's got 6 more years left. I mean, he can play 10 more years realistically, like in pretty easily. I mean, Brady played till he was 45, so I feel like it's going to be more and more common that these quarterbacks play to 40. Like, I feel like that's the new standard bar is like 38, 39, 40. And I just think it's crazy to run the risk. Like, I would never trade Tua for a first-round pick. Like, to me, that's just pointless. Like, you're going to end up getting a quarterback, and you're going to either, one, get somebody that – the chance of you getting somebody better than Tua is so slim, dude. Like, I just feel like you are really running the risk there. Like, versus just trying to build a guy up and, like, develop him.
I mean, I guess the only reason it makes sense because to me, like the Dolphins are gonna need to like go through like a reset here soon. Like, is Tyreek pretty much just like isn't he on his last year? Isn't that kind of what he said earlier?
No, he's not. That's the funny thing. He keeps saying he wants a new contract. He's still got like 2 years left on the contract, 2 or 3 or 3 years, I think, because he got a new one right when he got to Miami. So it's his contract is not even close to being up, but he is getting up there in age. Like, I don't expect him to get a contract like he did before. I think it'll be less, even though his production is higher. I think that they'll make him play out the contract before they give him a big extension. And I'm pulling up his contract right now just to see when he's a free agent. He's not a free. Yeah, he's got 2024, 2025. And 2026 left on his contract. Okay. So
I don't know, man. I guess I wouldn't mind it either way because Tua has. I mean, if your quarterback's not obviously a top 10, is the goal not a Super Bowl? I get that he's competent. I get he's a professional quarterback. Like, yes, he could probably work somewhere else. But unless your goal, like, dude, the goal is to win everything. Like, you gotta have the best of the best. Like, it's not to have the most mediocre of the most mediocre. Like, what are we talking about? This guy,
you shouldn't want to take your team backwards. You think throwing a flyer on the draft is going to get you there?
It's not going to be worse, dude. You're not going to win a Super Bowl.
It's definitely going to be worse. It's definitely going to be worse.
That's what you do is you take a chance that it could be better because you're not going to, dude. you either go big or go home, man. That's how I would look at it. Like, if I can't beat everybody, then I don't care what place I get in.
Listen, I think that we've gotten a little too far into this. You have to have an elite quarterback to win the Super Bowl. Look, it helps
Look at the
to
last
have a really good quarterback, but we've seen Nick Foles win a Super Bowl, okay? We've seen fucking Eli Manning win a Super Bowl. I don't give a shit that people say he's a Hall of Famer. The motherfucker wasn't that fucking good. I watched him play, okay? He got hot at certain times. He was not consistently good. And we've seen plenty of mediocre quarterbacks get you to the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl. Okay, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Tua is better than a lot of those guys. Tua is better than some of the people that have won a Super Bowl. Is it going to be fucking hard? Yeah, but you're also not going to improve your chances by dropping this guy, which, by the way, somebody will immediately pay him that $55 million. Okay, let me tell you, it's not even going to come close. Somebody will do it at a snap of their finger. Okay,
I mean, you know
not even think twice about it.
I think I would try and talk like I would tell the Panthers, be like, give me Bryce Young in a first, and I'll give you Tua.
Well, if you want to trade Tua for Bryce Young, then sure.
It's not that I want Bryce Young.
I would
just
we'll
want
see if that improves your chances.
I've never said that one. At least you
I
have.
don't know. I just think that Tua, like, I think Tua is pretty good. Like, Tua is good enough to be to where I'm going to give you for, like, you're a franchise quarterback. Like, I'm not going to try your life and be like, we want to give you Daniel Jones money. Like, nah, dude. Like, Tua's getting $55 million a year. So just quit fighting it. And he's probably going to get more than Trevor Lawrence. And good for him. You know, he's probably going to need to offer him $1 million more. And just do it. Like, just get it over with. Because it's inevitable. If you don't do it this year, I almost guarantee you you'll either be doing it next year or you'll be doing it the year after that. And you'll be doing it it won't be 55 anymore. It'll be 65 because there have been 3 more quarterbacks that have gotten paid since then. So it's only going up. That would be my response to you. It is only going up. And if you want to get the better deal, do it now because then Jordan Love's going to come. And then these other guys that I'm not thinking of right now that need contracts still are going to come. And those guys are going to surpass it. So you might as well just go ahead and take your slot and move on. So that's just my opinion about it. But, yeah, we will move on. This is the end of the show. There's just one more thing that I want to admit to everybody, okay? And to the 3 people that are watching, okay? As a Jaguars fan, I'm worried, all right? Because, listen, I'm about to show you something that is so scary that you need to mentally prepare yourself. Because as a Jaguars fan, I'm not happy to see it, all right? J.J. Watt is absolutely shredded right now. Look at this fucking guy. This guy could get 15 sacks tomorrow, okay? This guy is ready for an NFL season. This is not the body of somebody that's retired, guys. It's just not. That's not what retired people do. This guy looks like he's in better shape than when he retired. And he already went on McAfee, and he already told them, like, I've talked to D'Amico Ryans, and I told him that don't call me unless you need me. But if you need me, I'll be ready. And I'll tell you right now, the fact that he said that, if there was a bet, I would put the house on it. J.J. Watt will be back in the NFL this season. The only way that he is not back on the Texans this year is if something happens and the Texans aren't competitive and they're not competing for the playoffs, like C.J. Stroud gets hurt or they just all slump for some reason and they're not in the playoff race. That's the only way J.J. Watt's not suiting up for the Texans. I 100% believe J.J. Watt is going to sign with the Houston Texans right at playoff time. And he might even do it sooner. If they need him, like if they have an injury to Will Anderson or Danielle Hunter on the spot, there's no way you had that talk with D'Amico Ryan and you don't plan on joining the Texans at some point this year. So that freaks me out, man, because they've already got 2 really good pass rushers. So adding him, and look at him, dude. Jesus. I mean, my man hasn't eaten a hamburger since his playing days. Like, that is disgusting. All right. So I'm scared. I'm concerned. I'm worried. Okay. And listen, I got a lot of faith in my Jaguars, but I don't like that. I don't. And I know he's going to do it for like no money. He's just going to be like, whatever. I want to win a Super Bowl, and that's what we're doing. So that's the show, man. That's the show. We're going to end on that sad note of me being just terrified, just freaked out. And we're getting close to the end of offseason, man. It's almost preseason, and then we'll have to end the show completely. And then we'll start a new show. So get to our season predictions. We might do a fantasy episode. Who knows?
That'd be fun to do fantasy in general, man.
Yeah, but I kind of hate the idea of it because then we're talking about fantasies. I hate cross talking like that.
We can wait till after the draft.
Oh, that's true. Maybe. Because then we'll probably have to do the season predictions because it'll be like that time.
Whatever.
But,
we'll just talk.
We'll figure it out. But to the 3 people that are in here, if you're not a bot, thank you for watching. We really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, bot.
If you are a bot, hey, we still appreciate it. Thank you, bots. All right. Well, we're going to get out of here. So that's the show. We'll catch you next time. Peace. Oh, wait. Whoops. I hit the wrong button.
Oh, get us out of here.
Oopsies.
Get us out of here.
Now, peace. Peace out now.